Good morning, this is R3691 GWR Hitachi IEP bi-mode class 800 Paddington. As you're probably aware, these are in service today, and my missus likes it so much. When we built the station, we made sure it has its own platform where all the coaches can be served. Smashing train from Hornby. I've put a driver in each end, and the normal drivers you buy from Backman, where they've got legs, or other drivers, they look a little bit upright. So for drivers, I've used seated coated passengers without legs, not railway staff, and I think they look a lot better. And through the tinted glass you can't see. The locomotive had lights front and back, lights in the passenger compartments. But the great thing about it is, while not being driven by the train from each end, it is 8-wheel drive with the driving car. So there's no power problems there. And I hope you enjoy seeing it running. And I must just add, it looks absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. It's a lovely train to watch. Here's Paddington tackling a curve point onto a radius 3. Here's Paddington tackling a curve point crossover, both curve points. Tackling a curve point crossover straight onto a radius 2. This is the tightest part of my track. It's going into a curve point now, a radius 2 followed by a radius 3. Thing to be aware of with this loco is the carriage is really cut across. So if you're doing a tunnel or you've got your point motors set close to the track on the bend, the coaches will catch them. This point motor here I had to move, otherwise Paddington would catch the side of it, but it was easy to do, no big deal, 10-minute job, and now it's fine. So radius 2 onto a points crossover, and you can see it's absolutely fine. This piece of track's pretty cool. It also shows how the coupling mechanisms work. So I'd keep them clean if I was you, if you've got the similar kind of track to what I've got. But you can see it's easy with the driving car pulling. And it really is a fantastic offering from Hornby. It's superb. I've darkened the room as much as I can. I'm just hoping you can pick up the lights, because me here, I can see the lights in the carriages, and they're pretty realistic. They're not bright, they're how they would be dimmed through tinted glass. I hope this shows the effects. I've slowed it right down as much as I can. I know I can see the driver sitting there, I'm not sure if you can, and I can see into the cab. But it really is effective the way you can see. You can't see they've got no legs unless you look really close. But the drivers with legs sit too high up. And here comes the express train. And it thunders through. Even going through here, I'm 100% confident it will not come off. I've made life a bit easier for it, so I can just thunder straight down the main straight. This is Paddington running with the driving car pushing. And you may see the carriage jerk a little bit because when it pushes, the couplings are moving back. This is a problem with having just one car driving. And you can see, while it doesn't derail, you can see the corridors are catching. Turning point. Driving car pushing. The only problem with this train is on reverse curves, the connecting carriages, you can see they hit each other. Here's Paddington from a distance going around the layout. Again, the driving car is pushing. We use Paddington an awful lot when we set the station up, an awful lot, and a lot of other things as well, because these coaches, they're the most direct at cutting across. This wasn't luck that the station isn't being caught. But as I said, it's fantastic apart from when the driving car is pushing, the corridor connectors tap each other, where the couplings are forced back a section, where there's backward or forward movement on the coupling. Easily solved if Hornby supplied a slightly longer coupling. Easily solved. I'm not sure that you can pull the corridor covers off. I think they're glued on and attached, but if you could, even one that is slightly less of. But other than that, it's smashing. And if you've got no reverse curves, then it will run absolutely fine. But if your low model railway is a little bit like a real railway where all the curves aren't straight on radius falls, i.e. going into Paddington, we've all seen how complicated that is with crossovers and reversers, then we'll bring it back the other way. Just to finish off, I was talking earlier about how close and how much the cutting is of these carriages, and here you can see it really is close to the wall. And as I said, you've got to be careful because they really do cut in on the bends. And here on this wall you can see how close it's cutting in. At this point I had to move in because of how far the carriage is cut in. Only a 5-minute job, but be aware with these long carriages they really do cut in. It's worth doing it for Paddington anyway, because if you run more modern trains, the Royal Train and modern, as I say, modern trains, the coaches are longer, so they're going to cut in as well. So it really is worth sorting out, and it's not difficult to do. Here's another point motor I had to move slightly across off the bend because Paddington's coaches were catching it. If you're going to build a layout and you plan on running locos with long carriages where they really cut in across the radius, make sure you give yourselves plenty of room, otherwise your loco will not go around the track.